Alright, we are here with XJ from Twitch. And you do you have YouTube?
Yeah, I do have YouTube.
And YouTube. Link will be down in the description below. Alright. XJ,
What's going on?
what do you think about raincoats, man? Gotta get started.
You see, so I went to Florida a long time ago, and I went with like a really lightweight jacket, raincoat, I guess, in a way.
Mhm.
And I realized that was a bad idea, and I should have brought an actual like bright yellow raincoat because I feel like they're more effective than what I was wearing, which was a windbreaker, basically.
Right?
But
That is
it's
fair,
different
that's
stuff.
fair.
You
Honestly,
get much rain over there?
yes. Washington's definitely a rainy state. Um, but I don't wear raincoats. I haven't worn a raincoat since I was like single digits in age and stuff. I prefer sweatshirts.
Oh yeah, true. Like I don't really care about getting wet in a sweatshirt. Like
Right?
everyone's always like, "Oh, someone help me! I need an umbrella or something like that." When they're wearing a sweatshirt, and I'm like, "Well, just get wet. Just
Exactly.
get wet, bro."
No harm, no foul in the water. Unless it's like
Exactly. That's
that
what I'm saying.
weird acid rain that some people talk about that can like melt anything, which I don't believe exists. Because that sounds
Um,
absurd.
well, I think like in a way, acid rain is kind of like an analogy for like hard rain and shit, where hard rain like actually hurts in a way. Like I look to when I see hard rain, I look to Left 4 Dead 2's campaign Hard Rain, and that kind of because that's heavy downpour. That's
Gotcha.
really bad.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, for a second there, I thought you were saying hard brain. And I'm like, what's hard brain?
Oh.
I was so confused.
He got a hard brain. Come on.
Yeah, man, hard brainers only. Oh my.
As opposed to an easy brain.
True. It's like when you're in school, if you have an easy brain, you're like failing. And then if you have a hard brain, you're like doing really well, but you're also suffering on the inside.
I think that's the description of me in high school.
See, honestly, I grew up in a lifestyle to where if you do your best and your best is good enough for a C or a D or an F, then that's your best. But my mom knew that I could do better, right? So it's like if you didn't try at all, you're definitely getting a B or not B, you're getting a D or an F and not and a C. But if you did try, then you're getting a B or an A or you know, better. So
Yeah, that was definitely me in high school.
did you get any C's in high school?
uh, a lot of them actually were C's because I wouldn't do the final project because I was lazy.
That's
But
like the
my grade would already be so high that it wouldn't even affect it and bring it to a C. And I'm like, well, I mean, in a way, as many people put it in their yearbook senior quote,
Mhm.
C's get degrees. And in a way, that's true.
I mean, wait, what? C's to get degrees.
Yeah. Because, I mean, a C is passing, so if it's a pass-fail class, you're going to pass. And then,
Wait,
in general, you need a, or I don't know about college, actually. That's
yeah,
another-
because college. Yeah, so
Fuck.
what colleges look for is grades.
That's, and that's why I didn't go to college, folks.
Yeah, colleges look for grades in your GPA. They don't care if you they don't care about the difficulty of the class basically. So like that's why AP is useless because they're not going to look at it and say, "Oh, it's an AP class and they did well." Well, they're better than the guy who did English, just standard English and did well. They're just going to look at the grade. Whoever did better is, you know,
Yeah,
the better person.
that's why
So-
I never did APs either.
Yeah, AP is pointless, useless, and it's just honestly it's just a bunch of busy work. That's all it
It's
is.
just a lot more work for a high school student that is quote unquote on honor roll.
Pretty much.
And
I went to Running Start, which is college and high school, and bruh, college is so much better than high school. Because high
I
school is
could
like,
only imagine.
it's just like do this, do that, a bunch of it is a lot of busy work and like just ingraining in your brain certain like concepts. In college, they expect you to already have these concepts down, right? So the work they give you is not a lot, but they want you to have higher quality of work. So like if they want you to write an essay, they'll say write a 2-page essay in this format and like this style, and then you have like 3 weeks to do it. And my best friend and I were always like, damn, they give us a lot of time because we were already done within the first week because high school just trained you to do it fast.
Yeah.
So but all they want is the quality, and yeah, and if you're already like a good writer, then the quality is already going to be high up there.
Yeah,
And-
my teachers always hated me because I wouldn't do the work at all ever. Just like I don't know. I guess I could put it down to as I was a lazy kid, but fucking, I lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't do any of my work, but the quality of my work. All of my teachers, like my English teacher, would always be like, "You could do way better if you actually did shit." And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause, I mean, like when I actually did try and actually did do papers, like they
Right.
were good papers.
Hmm.
Like everything was down, all the shit that they needed. But I just hated doing it.
Right.
But like my theory is that it's way better when it's not assigned to you, and I think that's true. That's a true theory.
Hmm.
That's why I wouldn't ever read any of the books they told us to read.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
some of them I did. Some of them were really good to the point where I wanted to read it,
Right.
but like I just didn't want to read it because they assigned it. I would have read it on my own time at some point, probably.
Right. Yes, assignments feel definitely like you're obligated to do it, right? Especially in high school when you have like no time to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, you're gonna read like 50 chapters in the first week of the dictionary, which is what it seems like, but you know, it's not that bad. But I remember my reading and writing assignment in college. So colleges work in quarters, right? So for the first 2 weeks of the last quarter for the year was right. Then we went over, write a short essay, do this, do that, just introduce yourself and blah 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 blah. And then for the rest of the quarter, which was like a good 2 months, we had to take a book and read and write about it. And that's it. And the length of it had to be within, I believe, 8 pages. And for the assignment, I didn't read it, I didn't write it until like the last week.
Oh my god.
Because the book I chose was like, I didn't know it was the shortest book, but it definitely was the shortest book by far, which is called The Stranger by Albert Camus. And I hate reading, so I pulled it off for a good long while. And then I ended up just going to YouTube and being like searching for the audiobook because I hate reading, and so I just listened to that, and then wrote about it and got like an 80. So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, like, honestly, if I put a lot of my hard-earned time and work into an assignment, I can get a pretty solid A, but my standard work is usually a B, because that's just the way I grew up. Asian life, fam. But, yeah, it's just, the way I was brought
I'm
up.
stuck on the fact that we got here from raincoats.
See? It's like okay, the challenge on YouTube to where you start somewhere on Wikipedia, then you have to finish somewhere else.
Yes.
This is what this is.
Yes.
That's all this is.
That's so hard. I've tried that before. It's so hard to do that. I don't know how people do it that quickly.
I don't know. Well, you gotta find leads, right? So you gotta know times. So like if you want to get from like Lego bricks to like the 1980 Revolutionary War or something, which did not exist, I don't think. So I'm not a history buff. Then you just figure out the times and then search maybe if, and then like click on maybe like a old thing that you think is in the 1980s and you go from there. It's just knowledge, honestly,
True. Yeah.
and
I don't
connections
got much, so.
and guesswork sometimes. Sometimes.
That, these guys got from freaking Wisconsin to like the Aztecs somehow like, in like 10 seconds, and I was like, what? like never done it before.
Wikipedia
Like,
is
never
interesting.
done that thing. Yeah, that was very interesting.
Alright, XJ, shout yourself out.
Alright, my Twitch is twitch.tv/xjxjx, and my YouTube is just JXJ.